Mr. Fadul. Fadul. Good. Wonderful.
Whoa! Whoa! Rasta! Rasta!
This is the match Goodwill Runners versus the Newtown Juvenile Football Academy Harlem United Sports Club.
Good afternoon and welcome to the DFA Technical Center in Stock Farm. We are going to be witnessing a doubleheader in the climax of the Under 15 League. It is Harlem Under 15 taking on Goodwill Runners in the first match, and in the second encounter we have Sajiko Southeast U15, and they will be taking on Point Michelle FC. Joining commentary this afternoon with me is Joseph Fadul. Mr. Fadul, good afternoon, and what do you expect from this fixture this afternoon?
Well, first of all, good afternoon to the listeners and viewers right here with us. Not siding with anybody. I expect a very fair game. I expect a very interesting game because we both know that one outcome of the first game will kind of affect what happens in the second game, and of course the outcome of the second game will affect at least one of the teams of this first, as you said, double header this afternoon from the Stock Farm Technical Center. So it's going to be a very, very, very interesting game this afternoon. Of course, currently Harlem have actually dropped to 5th place. If they win today, this afternoon right here, they will actually move back up to 3rd, where for some time they actually held that position for a little while there, but unfortunately losing recently dropped them down to 5th. And of course, outcomes as well for the Goodwill Runners team today in their game, because if they draw or lose, then automatically for the next game, it wouldn't really matter for Point Michelle, because it will just automatically make Point Michelle the champions. So it's going to be a very, very, very interesting game. Goodwill, of course, needs to be on their best today, but I know the Harlem team is putting their best foot forward as well, because they want to actually get back up 2/3 out of 5th. 35 minutes of the first half right here has just started. Of course, we're into 35 minutes of play happening right now. A free kick given to the Harlem team on the near end. Hamlet will be taking that free kick comfortably. And of course, bound right here, very near to us on the commentary from the Stock Farm complex. It was a little bit overcast, and of course the sun is coming out. Ball in possession at the near end of us, and of course sent past to the midfield. Dewan Hamlet recovering it for Harlem. It's just not getting that grasp on it. That's the second time he has just not been catching it properly for Harlem. Again, lost by Greenaway, number 13, attempting to get it. That's Lamari Frederick, number 13 for Harlem. It's going to be a throw in. Dewan Hamlet will throw it in. It's going to be a throw in easily for Lamari Frederick on the attack, and of course a beautiful defense right there by Goodwill runners. It's going to be just let out. Peter Greenaway will just let it out for a throw in near to us right here. Dewan Hamlet will be throwing it in. He's going to be looking for the open man. See if they can attempt to score, but it just goes out, and it will be a goal kick for Goodwill runners right now. Interesting few minutes right here. So far we're into just about the 3rd minute of play, if I'm not mistaken. So we're just about into the 3rd minute of play. A little bit of a drizzle. Number 8 for Goodwill, sending it all the way back down to the defense. Number 13, it's Lamari Frederick sends it out. It's going to be another throw in by Dewan Hamlet for Harlem. Lamari Frederick attempts to get it. Peter Greenaway just lets it go. It's going to be a throw in for Goodwill runners right here. Easily caught by Dewan Hamlet. Sent out. Little bit of a miscontrol right there by Dewan. It's going to be a throw in, of course. Referee, of course, blowing the whistle right there. There's going to be another throw in, and of course that throw in comfortably is going to be taken by Dewan Hamlet right there, just off the 8 in the box, but easily defended by the Goodwill team. And of course the Harlem has really been trying to press on very early, because for you to have been in 3rd and then dropped to 5th, attempt right there was easily defended right there. It's going to be an attacker. It's a 2-man defense. The pressure is on. It's a Reagan Royer for the Harlem team. It's going to be easily defended right there. And of course from midfield all the way attack, and of course he was looking for Lamari Frederick, didn't quite get Lamari in the front right there. It's been easily defended by the Goodwill team. A throw in by Dewan Hamlet, and of course they're just pressing forward, the Goodwill team right there, to number 6, pushing on our near end right here. But Daniel Christian attempting that defense, a little bit of a shoving and pulling right there by the Goodwill runners player on the far end of us. So it's so far 0-0. We're just about 5 minutes into play. It's a long cross, nobody there for Harlem. And of course it's easily collected by number 13, cross to number 6 for the Goodwill team. Number 14, which is Peter Greenaway. Of course it's thrown out by the Goodwill again. Easily defended near the midfield section by Goodwill. Just really and truly not allowing so far the Harlem team to really penetrate into that what seems to be tight defense. It's going to be a throw in near the midfield area to Jeswani Blaze right there. He's looking for Peter Greenaway, and Peter Greenaway just doesn't have that control on it right near to us here. But good attempt by Peter Greenaway. It's going to be a throw-in by the Goodwill team, number 9 of the Goodwill team. Penetrating into the midfield area, and of course, easily. It's an attack right there. Number 7 on the defense. That Reagan Roye. Number 11 coming in for Goodwill team on our far end right there. Trying to be 2 guys, but he was beaten. Of course, easily recovered by number 10 for Goodwill. The far end to number 14. And of course, just a little, seemed to be a little scuffle right there. It's an attack. Lamari right there. Lamari picked up himself. A little bit more of a control by Lamari, who would have probably gotten him penetrated in. Derwan Hamlet kicking it out, and of course easily defending for the Harlem team right here. So far it's 0-0 at the Stock Farm Complex, the first game. The Harlem, of course, for our viewers, are in white, and the Goodwill team are in gray. So it's going to be a goal kick by Sequan Murphy, the goalkeeper, just deciding just to tap it in, not to use his usual long kick right there. Of course, easily was pretty much lost on a all right, so Peter Greenaway has it near the midfield area. An attempt an attack by Lamari Fresh, but of course easily defended by number 9 of the Goodwill runners team. Yes,
Some interesting stats there. Number 7 for Goodwill runners, Roosevelt.
oh, what a bounce right there. I think it's a collision right there between, I believe it was Lamari. I think calling for the medics actually heard the impact from right there. Sorry, not cutting you short, but you were saying about the stats right there while the referee and the medics are checking him.
Some interesting stats, as I was saying. Roxon Coppel, number 7 for Goodwill runners, is actually the league's leading goal scorer with 15 goals. So he is the man in form, and he has to be the danger man this afternoon.
Well, of course, he has to, like you said, be the danger man this afternoon, because he has to try to put into the net for his team this afternoon. Because if he doesn't at least attempt to cross at least a victory for his team this afternoon, then of course Goodwill will not be victorious. So he has to at least be one of the guys to, you know, put in more, and of course, like you said, add to his tally this afternoon right here at Stock Farm. Very interesting statistic right there. So let's see whether or not he will, you know, add a bit more value to his team this afternoon. The injured player goes to the side. We're just waiting, of course. Okay, the referee has blown his whistle deep into the 18 box. Mark collected easily by number 6, Kamal Kazimi. Going to be a midfield attack, of course, collected by the Swanee Blaze, number 19 for. It's an inside attack, but of course the Goodwill defense is really not allowing them to penetrate in. Probably as well, you know, we've had quite a bit of overnight and very early morning conditions. Lamari Frederick is on the attack right there, and of course it's easily defended out for a corner kick. Yes, it's a corner kick. It's going to be a corner kick for Harlem. Very nice defense right there.
Yes, but some good play from Lamari.
Yes.
Some great pressure. They're putting some good pressure on the defense of the Goodwill runners team.
Most definitely right there, and of course that play was a very interesting play, because between and for us, okay, let's watch this play. Ian Oscar will come in. It's going to be headed out. Still in play, attempt again, easily defended by Goodwill runners, sent back down into the 18-yard, and of course cleared away. Collected again by Derwan Hamlet, and of course just lost right there. Peter Greenaway is collecting it, but of course again we were just talking about the conditions on the field because of the fact that some very heavy overnight rain, and of course throughout the day it's been very it's been raining quite a bit. But I know the facility here, of course you and I, we walked on the facility. It's pretty dry, but still the moisture in the air and of course on the ground does affect the play as well. So of course a little bit of midfield play there. It's going to be on the attack from our far end, and of course easily defended by the Harlem team. A far end midfield to forward for Goodwill runners. Not pressing on us yet. It's going to be a long attempt. Could he get it? No. It's defended. He's looking for the open man, Kamal Kazimi, deciding to send it to Ian Oscar on our far end right here. Who will he attempt to cross it to? Slowing down the pace right there. Ian Oscar attempting, but just not having that curve or control on it. He should have, for me, and I will tell you, and this is probably one of the few times I will say it as an opinion, I believe he should have slowed down a little bit more and just looked for his open man, because Peter Greenaway was on the other side. It could have been an easy pass to Peter Greenaway, of course, for the center right here. It could have been the first goal for Harlem, but I know the Harlem team really wants to climb out of that 5th place position, and we're hearing, of course, the coach for Harlem, of course, shouting out and giving directives and instructions from the sideline right here. The drizzle is sort of starting to come down on us right here at the Stock Farm Complex. It's going to be a throw in by the Goodwill runners. Very comfortable attacking position right here, but easily sent off. So it's going to be a goal kick. Will it be a goal kick or will it be Derwan Hamlet? Okay, Derwan Hamlet will be the one. Restart the play right here down to Ian Oscar. And of course to number 6, Kamal Kazimi. It's a beautiful, he is all alone. Let's see what he will do with this one. Peter Greenaway, and just not having that control again. But of course he was just by himself. He was all by himself right there.
And Lamari just showing some great pace again from behind, but it was some good defending from the youngster from the runners team.
So of course number 13 on our near end right here. A call by the coach for outside, just near to us. It's an attack, an attempted attack by number 8 of the Goodwill runners. More look like a slip from the end that we are right there. It's going to be a free kick. That free kick is going to be taken by number 7, and of course the Harlem team needs to be very careful with this one, because Goodwill are in a very comfortable position right here. It's going to be an easy catch, very beautifully handled by goalkeeper Sekwan Murphy. If I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Sekwan is one of the smallest players in the, and I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm not saying but he's a very good goalkeeper.
He has a lot of confidence.
Yes.
Behind this small person is a huge heart, a great soul.
And of course, that was a very comfortable catch right there. Let's get to the play on our far end right here. Nobody there for Ian Oscar to collect from him to attempt. It's going to be a corner kick which will be taken by number 11, of course, Ian Oscar himself. So let's see the outcome of this corner kick is going to be taken. So we have 3 guys inside the 18. It's heading out. And of course, it's recollected by Ian Oscar, attempting to So the referee has decided that tap right there.
was a
That's a soft free, yes. So the referee has decided to actually award it to Harlem and Ian Oscar right there. And it looks like Jeswani Blaze will be taking that free kick for the team. Or will it be Jeswani Blaze? Let's see. So we have Lamari, we have Peter Greenaway, we have Doan in. And of course, attempt by Jeswani, and of course just brushed off by the goalkeeper. That was almost too easy, like they say, for the goalkeeper.
Keeper just taking a few steps to the side and palming that one out.
So it's going to be another corner kick, also going to be taken by Ian Oscar in this under 15 game right here. So it's 35 minutes of play, first half, comfortably into so of course the players just seem to not be following the instructions of the referee, just having to take their time. I suspect they really want to see who can get off the mark as quickly as possible.
Yes, the players just a bit eager.
Yes.
Ball was still rolling. You could see how busy he was to get that going. He saw an opportunity to possibly thread that ball through.
Well, as we said earlier on, this game is a big game, especially for Goodwill.
Yes.
But at the same time, Harlem will also attempt to prevent Goodwill from getting that championship today, because themselves need to also move up from
that fifth
position.
Yes.
An attempt to number 6 for Goodwill, but of course easily cleared off by Dewan Hamlet. It's going to be a throw in by number 6 inside. It's inside the 18. What's it going to be right there? Is it going to be an attempt by Goodwill number 11, but just not curving it too in? So it's going to be a corner kick again. Of course, one of the players, it looks like Dewan Hamlet is down. So the officials are going to check on Dewan Hamlet just off the 18-yard box near to us. And so far we should be into how many minutes of play? Should be into, so we should be into about 18 to 19 minutes of play right here from the Stock Farm complex. So we're just waiting for Dewan Hamlet, a little bit of a limp off the field right here. So it's going to be a corner, could be a dangerous corner for the Goodwill team. Not sent in. Number 10 easily blocked by number 6 right there, Kamal Kazimi, and of course a sent off. It's going to be a throw-in this time for the Goodwill team in this under 15 game at the Stock Farm complex. It is not bright, it's overcast, but still breezy here at the complex, and the conditions are almost beautiful and favorable. Was looking, you can see the frustration in Lomari, because he was basically open right there and his player just did not look for him properly. It's going to be an attempt by number 7 by himself. Beats one, crosses it. He's going to be comfortable. And of course the referee blows the whistle.
And that was some good play from the winger for Goodwill Runners, just cutting inside and giving a lovely pass to Roxon, but Roxon then chose the wrong option.
Yes.
In playing his striker through, you should have seen his striker was in an offside position. He had the shot to take because he did create the space,
Definitely.
but he chose that pass and that chance just goes null and void for Goodwill runners.
Murray Frederick on his own right here. He needs to just take his time, work it in, and it's a goal! It's a goal by Lamari Frederick right here, I believe in the 20th minute of play. So Lamari Frederick puts one on the board for Harlem right here, and I suspect the nerves of the Goodwill team are starting to increase right here. So Lamari Frederick puts in one in the 20th. So one in the 20th minute.
And you could see the confidence from Lamari since the start of the match. Always looking to run in behind, always looking to challenge the defender and getting a good pass, running front the goal, and thus choosing the far bottom corner to give his team a lovely 1-0 lead.
So far 1-0, but that's a big slip up by the Goodwill team, because for the almost 21 minutes of play that we've had here, the defense has been very solid. Now you have to wonder what's going to be happening in the mind of the Goodwill team right there. Number 13 will just allow it to go. Of course, Peter Greenaway was looking for someone on our near end right there. It's going to be a throw in by number 13, headed out again by Peter Greenaway, because Peter Greenaway knows, and of course the Harlem defense knows that, okay, we might be one up now. So far we have the number 3 position so far, but of course the rest of the game, we have time still left in the game.
So as things stands, it is Harlem level on points with Goodwill runners, but Goodwill runners with that huge goal difference. So we have Goodwill on 19, and as things stands, as I've said, Harlem on 19 in third position.
In third position, okay.
So Point Michelle should be the one enjoying this fixture at the moment, because they will be crowned champions without even having to kick a ball.
That's true. So we'll determine what is the outcome not too long from now. Of course, 2 times 35 right here at the Stock Farm Complex. Number 6, Kamal Kazimi, a lost attempt right there. It's number 7 for Goodwill. Will he attempt? He's taking his time. He's looking for the open man, passes it to the far end. They're not rushing it. They are actually taking their time with it. But the Harlem defense is really pressuring, because they know any equalizer will be a threat to them, and it's sent off by Peter Greenaway. Of course, Peter Greenaway sort of falling back into defense a little bit, because of course earlier on we saw Derwan Hamlet just limping off the field right here, but he is back on.
Newtown Juvenile Harlem Football Academy.
So number 10 for Goodwill was looking for his guy on the far end right here. A little bit of a rush play right there by the Goodwill team. I think they should just let that go. Or it's recovered by the Harlem and lost again, but recovered. Number 11. Okay, well, it's sent out by number 11, Eon Oscar, on the far end. An attempt into the 18-yard box, but Peter Greenaway is on his own, and Derwan Hamlet comes through, but he's lost by number 8, loses the ball to number 8 of the Goodwill team right there, trying to penetrate just off that 18-yard center position right there of the center box. It's an attempt too high. It was very much too high, just a little bit, just maybe about, let's say about 6 inches lower, could have been a danger point for Goodwill.
Goodwill runners knocking on the door, we have to say.
Definitely. No one is there, but an attempt by Lamari Frederick collected by the goalkeeper, and of course his speed just sort of bounced into the goalkeeper, of course. So nice recovery right there by Peter Greenaway to midfield. Number 20, if I'm not mistaken, is Darnell Christian, the captain for the team. Number 11 for the Goodwill, attempting to, we see a player down, a little bit of a bounce right there. He's still down. The referee still continuing the game, the far end game, and of course it's going to be a throw-in for the Goodwill team. So the referee assisting number 19, who's Jeswani Blaze. So throw-in to number 10. And it's very interesting that the ball, whenever it bounces, it bounces like, if we watch it, it bounces especially from a very high attempt. It sort of bounces at an angle, which sort of shows the dampness of the field a little bit right there. But still very well drained. I must say, still very well drained. So it's going to be a throw-in by number 13. But of course easily cleared off by Dewan Hamlet. The defense for Harlem, they need to be very careful right there, because let me tell you, like you rightfully said, Goodwill is knocking on that door and they seem to be adding that pressure, and Harlem needs to be very, very careful. We've actually seen in the last few minutes only, quite a bit of the possession has been for Goodwill, and of course majority of the ball placement has actually been in favor of Goodwill. So Goodwill needs to be very, very, very careful, of course, as the sun is starting to shine into the eyes of the players right here. The overcast is sort of fading away and we can see the sun. It's an attempt easily blocked by the defense, recovered again by Goodwill. An attempt inside to number 6. It's going to be collected, lost. It's an open goal right there, and of course cleared. Wow, that was very dangerous right there by Saquon Mafia. Of course, his first attempt slipped out of his hand, and it could have been something very, very, very dangerous because nobody was in the goal. But of course, easily cleared off by looked like Peter Greenaway for the Harlem team. So that's good. That's very, very, very good teamwork right there. Very good teamwork, because that could have been something very, very dangerous.
Yes, you're quite right. You said the youngsters of the Harlem team are really working together. They are defending as a unit. When they attack in numbers, and they do have that lead, and each player is looking to defend that lead, and they are looking to at least finish the season in that number 3 position.
So of course the number 10 looking for the open man inside the 18-yard box. Of course cleared away. It's going to be a far end midfield attempt, and of course they are taking their time because they want to see if they can get that lead comfortable again. Another clear lead. And of course we're hearing the coach just giving a little counseling to Lamar to be very careful to advance, but not advance too much that he would have to actually be offside. So Ian Oscar on the attack from the far end right here, trying to beat 2 guys, attempted on 1. I suspect he will just let it go, and it's going to be a throw-in. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in. And of course looks like Ian Oscar will take that. Or is it Ian Oscar? Or it looks like Ari Bopier will take that throw in. Or Stefan Gist, sorry, Stefan Gist. So Stefan Gist will throw it into Ian Oscar on the far end right here. Back to Stefan, number 19. And of course it's going to be cleared by the Goodwill runners team. Oh, what a dangerous So Derwan Hamlet on that end right here, but he's attempting to come in. And of course, long pass. Peter Greenaway crosses it in, doesn't get the open man, and of course it's cleared out by the Goodwill team right here. So we have just about 4 more minutes of play. We may get about, let's say, about a minute or two of extra time.
This is Harlem on top, leading by 1-0. Goal scored in the 20th minute by Lamari Frederick.
Beautiful chest control right there, and of course it's going to be thrown in once again by Derwan Hamlet, number 13, of course easily defending and of course clearing it away for the Goodwill team right here at the Stock Farm complex. Derwan looking for the open man. It's going to be to number 16, Montel Joseph. Of course, a corner kick. So let's see who will take that corner kick. It looks like Montel himself will take that corner kick. So it could be another dangerous situation for Goodwill. They are already down 1. Their hands are off that trophy. So Montel sends it in, and it's going to be cleared for another corner kick. So it's a second corner kick right here. Montel Joseph, yes, sorry, will take that corner kick again. Second attempt, and it's going to be cleared away by number 9, a third corner. So let us see what the third attempt, of course, the coach. So not the usual attempt into. It's going to be an attempt by Peter Greenaway, and of course the header just slipped him right there. Number 16, and of course cleared away by the Goodwill team easily. It's going to be a throw-in. Peter Greenaway will take that throw-in, or Derwan Hamlet. Of course, Peter Greenaway was coming to take that throw-in. It's going to be a throw-in by Derwan Hamlet. Okay. Well, a little bit of a confusion right, because for a few seconds I really thought, and it really and truly did look like it was off the foot of a Goodwill player, and would have been a throw-in by Harlem, but the referee decided it was not that. It was given, of course, that throw-in right there, just played to the Goodwill team. It's going to be a throw-in by the Harlem team. Derwan Hamlet, of course, the main man who's been doing most of the throw-ins. Looking for the captain right there, of course, passing it back to Derwan again. And of course, Goodwill will definitely want to see if before the first half they actually get a number. And of course, Peter passing it to Montel. Montel to Lamari right there. Lamari on his own, just losing it right there. And of course, a beautiful defense by number 19. Could this be a dangerous position? Dangerous something? So number 6 on our near end right here inside, and of course easily cleared by Eon. Sent into, or an attempt to number 13, Lamari. Peter Greenaway. So of course, after just about 33 or so minutes, Lamari Frederick in the 20th minute of play has put 1 on the board for the Harlem team. Number 10 throws it in to center, just about center. Collision right there, but of course they're just brushing it off. The two guys right there. Jeswani Blaze for the Harlem team. Oscar attempting that drive right there, but just not getting it. It's just picked up comfortably by the Goodwill runners goalkeeper to our fine sent off. And of course, in the last dying minute or so, or 2 minutes of the first half, so far it is 1-1 in favor of Harlem. Of course, player down, recovered by Goodwill, and of course defended easily right there around center. Doesn't seem, they just don't, the Goodwill team have the possession, but it's just the forward strikers, it's just not being able to catch them in the right positions right there. Lamari Frederick is attempting, and of course Lamari Frederick, that's a defense right there on his own. He's on his own, and the referee blows the whistle. Offside, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So he just catches Lamari Frederick offside on that play there. Of course, that's something very dangerous again.
It was some good officiating from the assistant referee, Jessica Louis.
Second assistant referee. Of course, the officials for today are Sean McDonald, referee, Clyde Cadet, assistant referee 1, Jessica PLW, assistant referee 2, and Gabriel Caesar, the fourth official for today. So we see one of the Goodwill players down. Suspect maybe a little bit of a foot tackle right there in that last double play with Lamari. Of course, it was 2-on-1 against Lamari, and then of course that offside call against Lamari is being walked off the field right there. This player this Goodwill player has been one of the crucial players, or at least one of them, who at least has been attempting to send the ball forward, but of course it's just been the forwards of the team, of the Goodwill team, just not being able to just properly set themselves. So of course, just one play, Blaze sending it all the way down to Ian Oscar. It's Ian Oscar on with Lamari. Will he cross it to Lamari? It's going to be not goal. Just off the post. But a good attempt by Ian Oscar from the far end right there.
That was a very big opportunity for Harlem to double their lead. The player onside, running from goal. I'm not sure whether he took a shot or whether it was a cross, but nonetheless the ball has been kicked out of play, and it was a goal skip.
Definitely a lost opportunity, like you said. I think Ian should have probably just slowed down a little bit and of course looked for that open man, because Lamari was very open right there. Dewan, of course, Dewan Hamlet beautifully defending right there, passing it back to, or attempting to get Lamari Frederick, not getting him right there, of course, recovering. And of course, center field by number 8 for Goodwill, passes it to the far end of the field right here. It's defended, but the Goodwill just before the dying seconds of the first half, they're probably going to try one more play for them to see if they can get on the scorecard, because like how we rightfully said, their hand is off that trophy. Alright, so it's going to be Sequan Mafi, the mighty short one, holding it in. Oh, okay, well, it seems as if there's a change. The captain took that kick, sends it forward all the way down to Ian Oscar. It's a play right there. Two guys in, and number 16, Montel Joseph, not having that control on that ball. Of course, we're hearing instructing him to slow the pace down, something that you and I have actually said. He seems to be just rushing it a little bit too much, and of course not taking advantage enough, not opening up his eyes a little bit to see that there are other open players, so that the team can further get off the mark. So Ian will take that cross. It's going to be defended. Number 16 attempts it in. Could have been something dangerous right there, easily cleared.
And it's halftime here at the DFA Technical Center. Harlem leading by 1-0. Lemari Frederick, the lone goal scorer in the 20th minute. Harlem with a number of opportunities to get that second and even third goal. Goodwill runners allowing that title to slip away. But nonetheless, they do have another 35 minutes to redeem themselves. So join us in 15 minutes for the second half, ladies and gentlemen.
Boy, yeah, boy.
Welcome back to the second half here at the DFA Technical Center. Stakes are very high for the Goodwill runners who are currently down by 1-0, and Harlem Sports Club looking to end their season in third position. They are leading by 1-0. Lemari Frederick with that all-important goal thus far, and we are going to see hopefully a very good second half, Mr. Fadul.
Definitely, and let's see how that second half will play out. Will it continue to be in favor of Harlem, or will Goodwill either equalize or overtake the Harlem team? So we are 35 minutes. The referee has blown his whistle. And of course, an attempt by the Goodwill team right here, number 17. Lost to number, oh, a shove right there, and it will definitely be called by the referee.
What we can do say is that the Goodwill runners must score 2 goals if they are to give any threat for that trophy.
Well, they must score at least 1 clear goal in order to have possession of that trophy tonight, or have any attempt to get closer to the top. But Harlem, of course, will be trying to deny them that chance tonight, or this afternoon right here at the Stock Farm complex. So of course right now a throw in, of course, by Derwan. It's a forward attempt by the Goodwill team. Reagan Royer on the defense right here. Of course, easily cleared right there, passed on to number 6 for Goodwill, cleared off by number 10 for the Goodwill team right there.
And as I can tell you that the Harlem team have started ever so dangerously in that second half, looking to get that all-important second goal. And anytime I feel they do so, it will be a huge mountain for Goodwill runners to climb, as the title will be slipping away from them.
Well, of course, Reagan Royer losing that chance right there. Number 13 sends it to number 17 for the Goodwill runner. He's all on his own and just slipped away on the foot right there. Peter Greenaway on the far end, sending it down, but not having anybody to collect. And of course, recovered right there to number 19. That's Jeswani Blaze. Not having that kind of control on the ball. Reagan Royer to number 11. It's going, and it's a goal. It's another goal for the Goodwill, for the Harlem team right there. It's the second goal. We are just about 2 minutes into play of the second half of, or the 4th minute of play into the second half. I'm attempting to get the name of the Lemari Frederick again. So Lemari Frederick. So 4 minutes. So in the 39th minute of play, Lemari Frederick scores again. So it is 2-0 against the Goodwill team. And of course, the pressure seems to be mounting up for them, or against them.
Yes, Lemari Frederick with that double. And from start, I've been saying that he is a threat. He has been posing the biggest threat. And him coming up with a brace, it speaks numbers, or speaks volume of his caliber this afternoon.
Most definitely. It looks like Derwan Hamlet will take that free kick for Harlem United, of course, headed off to number 19, Jeswani Blaise, right there. And of course, that confidence must be in the Harlem team right there. They may want to ride on that confidence, but at the same time, they probably don't want to be complacent, not to let their guard down at this time, because we know football is a very quick pace game and anything can happen.
These are the moments where the coaches and the staff of the respective teams should be coming in so they can help keep the players' minds at ease and, you know, alert, and keep them aware, because they are youngsters, they are missing a lot to learn. So with the coaches, they are guiding them, and especially the Harlem team leading by 2-0 with proper guidance, they should be able to see this one off. But we are not counting out Goodwill runners, as you have the likes of Roxon Kopel, who is the league's leading scorer with 15 goals on the pitch, and here he was on the ball, but a miscontrol, just letting him off. But when you have these types of players, you can count off certain teams.
Was definitely, so far he's not been able to, you know, put any mark or any value to his team so far. But we still have quite a bit of time in the second half. You know, hopefully the down feeling that the Goodwill team is probably currently experiencing may change, but at the same time, the defense of Harlem will definitely be put in. Number 10 for Goodwill is attempting to penetrate, not getting through, had to send it back. Of course, just defended Reagan Roy right there. Number 14 attempting to send it to number 6, just not getting it. It's going to be a goal kick. Yes, it's going to be a goal kick by Saquon Murphy, the short, mighty star goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper with, what's that, glasses or goggles?
Yes.
What is this?
His visual assistance. A little bit of back and forth in the center, just off the center field on the far end right here. Of course, Goodwill attempting to really penetrate that in, looking for the man on the far end, not getting through. Number 6 trying to beat his way in, he's just not getting through. A little reset, it seems, right there by the Goodwill team. They attempted to come through, just not making their way, and just decided just to send it back and try again. Long one to forward. Who is down there? Double attempt by number 16, Montel Joseph, and just not penetrating through the defense of the Goodwill right there, because Goodwill knows at this point, yeah, the pressure is definitely on.
And I think the Achilles heel for the Goodwill team has been their link-up play. And the distances between the players have really caused them to struggle. You know, they can't string, let's say, 5 to 10 passes. They are struggling to run in behind. They are struggling defensively. And this is something that they haven't showed all season. So it seems as though they are really having an off day at the office, but it's not a good day to be off.
Definitely not a good day to be off, especially with the second game that is coming, which is another big, important game as well. Easily headed off. And of course, who will he send it to? No one. It's a 3-man defense right there. Of course, forwarded to midfield area, far end midfield. So it will be a throw-in. It'll be a throw-in force for Harlem. At this point, throw-in, of course, will be taken by who seems to be the throw-in specialist for the Harlem team.
Yes,
Derwan Hamlet.
He seems to be the one taking a lot of throwing.
Yes. Pac probably has taken majority of the throw-ins. Far end play from our end right here. He's all on his own. The Goodwill runners player. They will just let the ball go.
And some good captaincy from the youngster of the Harlem team, number 20. The shadowing that ball offside, showing some good strength and some nice experience for his club.
Most definitely, and of course, he knew if he had actually touched it right there, it could have been something dangerous. So number So we see almost the full defense of the Goodwill team coming very forward right now. Could be something dangerous right there. Easily defended by Saquon Murphy. And he will just let it go again.
And that was a huge opportunity for Goodwill runners to open their account. The player just striking the ball, and Roxon had the opportunity but really chose to do something fancy, and the ball just rolled out of play. But some good goalkeeping from the youngster for Harlem, making a great initial save, and Harlem survive and still have their 2-0 deficit.
Aeon Oscar trying to beat two men right then. Of course, he has been beaten to number 6, and then passes it to number 11 right there. Of course, almost in a triangular motion right there. Forward it. Reagan Roy, pushed by Reagan Roy, and of course pushing down the number 6 player of the Goodwill team. Of course, the referee just giving a little caution to Reagan. Just giving a little caution to Reagan Roy. It's going to be a free kick, of course. Watch this play right here. Taken by the number 17 player for Goodwill. So the one in possession on the far end right here, passes it to number 19, Jeswani Blaze, the inside man, looking to number 13. This Lamari Frederick, and of course is not caught in time. Of course, an easy pickup by the goalkeeper.
And Lamari Frederick just looking for that hat trick. You can see the willingness and the determination that he's showing, looking to run in behind at every opportunity. And oh, how it would be something special if he got that third goal on the last day of their raid.
So of course, sort of a little foot scuffle right there. Referee deciding to give a free kick to the Harlem team. So in the 39th minute of play, we're already 14 minutes into play right here of this 35-minute second half at the Goodwill complex. It's starting to get dark, easily caught by the goalkeeper. Still in possession, the number 16 crosses it in, doesn't get it deep inside, and of course it's going to be a foreign substitution. So we will have Khalio Joseph will be coming in for Jeswani Blaise. Khalio Joseph, number 10, will be coming in for Jeswani Blaise. And Armand Ali will be coming in as well for number 18. I think the number on the number was actually wrong, if I'm not mistaken. So Derwan Hamlet has been subbed out. Jeswani Blaise has been subbed out. Khalio Joseph and Armand Ali are the fresh feet on the field for the Harlem team. Dangerous situation right there, slowing it down. It's going to be cleared easily by the captain. Ian Oscar will pick it up near to us.
And again, you could just see Roxon Coppel with an opportunity running in behind and just leaving the ball behind on that occasion where he had to at least get a shot away. But the dynamic striker continues to struggle and Goodwill runners continue to struggle.
Long attempt right there. Number 16 is on his own. But of course it will be kicked out. So of course 2-1, and like you rightfully said, Lamari may be looking to get that hat trick this afternoon going into the early evening right here. I believe the second match should be under the lights. Strongly suspect that. But I want to ask you, as the conditions here, of course, especially this time. Okay, let's watch this play. Okay, well, the referee calls it in. So as, of course, this time of the year, we know that, you know, conditions get a bit darker, much faster. How will this affect how the game plays out?
Well, this should be able to be to the player's advantage, because when the sun is hot, it's extremely hot, especially on the type of turf. We all know that the turf is artificial, and if you have, let's say, an overcast or a cooled atmosphere, and even under the lights, it should be at the player's advantage. So I don't see it as a con, I more see it as a pro.
All right. So of course this is the technical complex that we have here. The very first one with artificial turf right here.
Let's take it up there. Come out! Where you going?
Of course, we've been hearing the coach of the Harlem team really encouraging the guys to get. So of course number 17, Robin, sending it out. It's going to be a throw in for the Goodwill team right here. The throw in is going to be taken by number 10 of the Goodwill team. Long attempt, and it's a scored! It's scored on Saquon Murphy right there. I mean, that should have been a comfortable save for Saquon Murphy.
And it was a strike from way out. The number 11 for Goodwill Runners was really being optimistic, but if you don't buy a ticket, you won't win the lottery. And the goalkeeper was really wrong-footed. He should have used his gloves to make that save, but he chose to send out a foot, and the ball just passing underneath his foot and into the back of the net. And just like that, it's Goodwill back into the game. 2 goals to 1.
That's goal being scored by Michael Etienne, as just announced. Number 11, Michael Etienne. Oh, sort of a collision right there between the captain of the Harlem team and of course the Goodwill Runners player. He's still down. Again, going back to that goal. So we're just about in the 21st minute of play. And in the 19th minute of play in the second half, goal scored by Michael Etienne. Could this be another one? Number 17 all on his own, but Saquon Murphy comes up, comfortably takes it, and of course the reset is in play.
The climax to this game will be very interesting. Goodwill Runners getting that all-important goal. Although they are down by 2 goals to 1, they feel that if they can get an equalizer, they can even go ahead for the winner.
Ian Oscar attempting to redeem, but of course being pushed. A little bit of a scuffle down that end by against Ian Oscar. Of course, Ian putting up his hand, asking the referee what's going on. No call by the referee there. Number 6 of the Goodwill Runners to our near end right here. And of course, ball kicked out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for the Harlem team as the sun is still out, but the conditions are getting a little bit darker and the lights are actually starting to come on right here. So we will see a little bit of play, quote-unquote, under the lights. Armand Ailey, the fresh foot right here, not holding on to it. Going to be recovered by Reagan Royer. Just slipped right there, of course, lost number 11, passed on to number 7. An attempt overhead. So
you can see that the Harlem team are just starting to get a bit tired at the moment. The Goodwill Runners really pressing and pushing for that equalizer since they have scored that first goal of the afternoon.
You can also sense a little bit of the frustration in the coach's voice, because the simple instructions the team has, like you said, probably it's a little bit of tiredness starting to set in the second half. And it's not much time, maybe just a little under 15 minutes to go. So it's just to sort of hold on, like they say, just to hold on right here at the Stock Farm complex. So of course Armand Ailey on the attack, sending it to Lamari Frederick, and of course losing possession, regaining possession by Armand Ailey. That's one of the fresh feet right there, just subbed in, one of the subs right there. Of course Doan Hamlet and Jeswani Blaze, number 6, attempting in his goal. Should be very easy. Go. So an attempt right there. It's going to be a corner kick.
And that was some good build-up play from Harlem, just passing that ball right down the middle. The player getting that strike, but the goalkeeper did manage to come up with an incredible save. And it's a corner kick nonetheless, but it was some good play from Harlem, looking for that all-important third goal. And it's a very interesting match this afternoon. Goodwill Runners need all 3 points if they are to keep their title surge alive. But at the moment, they are down by 2 goals to 1. Harlem looking to finish in that top 4. Well, number 3 with a victory this afternoon.
Was a substitution just happening for Goodwill, number 2. So it's easily cleared right there. That corner cleared off. That moment right there. Substitution happening. Number 2 coming in for number 6 for the Goodwill runners team. Peter Greenaway on the far end, not finding his teammate Ian Oscar in time.
That was a ferocious challenge from the youngster there. But the referee did seem to allow that to play on as though it was a clean challenge.
Yes.
I would say.
Yes.
But Goodwill runners need an equalizer. Goodwill runners need something.
Well, at the same time, Harlem will definitely be trying to deny them that equalizer as well. So let's see how things play out right now.
Goodwill runners with an opportunity to get something into the enemy territory. It's a free kick.
Something very deep in the enemy's territory right there. Headed off.
Goodwill runners just looking for something, anything, but it's the linesman flag that is up for an offside call.
And Elliot attempting to press on and of course passing it on to Ian Oscar. Who does he cross it to? Again, not taking his time. We've seen Ian really and truly having the possession, but just really does not looking and taking his time for that open man right there. Number 13 will attempt. It will be a... Oh.
What an opportunity for Lemari Frederick to complete his hat trick. Just running in behind, showing his pace, but he did have to compose himself as the goalkeeper made a huge error in collecting that ball, and Lemari just sailing that shot over the crossbar, and it was high, wide, and handsome.
Oh yes, like you said, yes, I could not have described it any better way. Just again slowing down. He just had to just slow down a little bit. Probably another attempt right there, number 16 attempting, but the defense for Goodwill is really coming on. Passes it to number 17, going forward. He's all on his own. And the captain, of course, easily clearing it to midfield, but not clearing it to anybody significant. It's forward all the way, but of course blocked again. Number 17 attempting for Goodwill. It's a not yet. He's taking his time. But at least I can give the Goodwill, at least the number 17 for Goodwill runners, you know, just at least attempting to make his way into that enemy territory right there, but just not getting through.
Yes, because there are so many white shirts that he has to really get something across, but they are defending in packs, in numbers, and it's really difficult for the lone striker to even run in behind and pull a shot away.
So we're seeing the fresh foot. Let me just call him that, at least for the time being. But so far, we've actually been hearing a little bit of frustration from the coach of the Harlem team. You know, probably is expressing a little bit of disappointment because he's not been executing the plays as he should be. It's going to be a free kick for Goodwill.
What we can confirm is that Harlem are not in the title race, but they are looking to end on a high. The players and the coach especially would like for his players to play for the pride. Hence the reason for him being so animated on the touchline.
So of course number 10 attempting right there. He's all on his own and he score. No, he doesn't score. An offside call right there. Good effort though.
Very good effort. Very good effort. The youngster just controlling nicely and finding the roof of the net, but it was an offside decision called by the assistant referee, Clyde Cadet.
So we are in the 31st minute of the second half, and just about 4 more minutes of official time play right here. Center play for Goodwill, right? They're attempting to penetrate, right? But defended by number 7 of the Harlem team, that's Reagan Royer.
Goodwill runners just have under 10 minutes or so, 4 minutes plus stoppage time to save their season. They are in second. They will end their season if they don't turn things around in the next 5 to 10 minutes. It will be Point Michel FC who are going to be crowned champions.
All right, we see number 11 coming down for Goodwill and number 18 coming in for Goodwill in the last few minutes of play. Right here at the Stock Farm complex. Harlem just needs to either add on the pressure or just hold up their defense as best as they can, and of course they will of course move up this. Yes,
we all know with the likes of experience when it comes to the big leagues, the players would look to really run some time down, run down the clock. But seeing that these two teams are very inexperienced, both of them will either push for another goal or they would look to speed up the play, whereas they should be slowing down. So coming back to my earlier statement, the coaches need to manage the players and the time properly. You can see the Harlem coach making some late changes.
In fact, there's a very interesting change right there. He is actually removing Armand Ailey, who he actually just brought in. He actually just put down Armand Ailey. Armand Ailey just not too long ago in the first substitution actually came in. He has been actually now put down. So it's a very interesting move by Coach Leogal right there, putting down the substitution that he actually put in earlier on. Very interesting by Coach Leogal there.
It's quite obvious that the coach is not pleased with the player and he had to take him off because it seems as though he wasn't following the instructions.
Of course, the coaches do know what they are doing. The coaches do know what they are doing. And of course,
if you leave there, that's it there.
So of course it's going to be a throw in by the Goodwill team in the last few minutes of official time in the second half. So we are just about, we're actually in the 35th minute of play. So we should have we have a few more minutes of extra time right here. So we are into the 35th minute of play. We're just about to enter the 36th minute of play. And any time from now, we could hear the referee blowing his whistle. What could be a 2-1 victory for Harlem right here. Reagan Royer, of course, assisting. Just not. So number 14 will throw it in for Goodwill. Lamari Frederick just sending it in. So of course in the last few minutes of play right here on the field, it's Harlem and Goodwill runners in this under 15 game. The first game, of course, the second game should have been underway already. Of course, we had a late start this afternoon. So number 10 kicks it out, easily defending, does not want that third goal to be penetrated in for Harlem. So number 4, Stephen Gist will throw it in. And of course, it's easily headed off in defense. Recovered by number 11, Eon Oscar. Inside the deep area. And of course, the Goodwill team attempting possibly a final attempt to equalize. Of course, the referee giving possession to the Goodwill runners on the 15 team right here. So there's going to be another throw in for Goodwill. We're hearing the instructions from the coach. Goodwill really attempting that play right there. It's going to be a corner kick for the Goodwill team. Could this be the equalizer? Let's wait and see in these last few seconds of play. Could this be the final play? Let's wait and see.
Great defensive header from the captain, stepping up at the right moment, jumping highest. Although it's to the expense of another corner, but the initial clearance was indeed a very good one for Harlem.
And it's
So penalty awarded to Goodwill runners. The player just sticking an arm out and ball just bumping off the on the right arm of the Harlem player, and it's a spot kick and an opportunity for an equalizer for Goodwill runners. Roxanne Coppell, the league's top goal scorer, steps up to make it number 16 of the season.
A penalty call on against number 7, Reagan Royer, who must be hitting himself this time. And it's a score. Nothing could have gotten past that score. Nothing could have gotten past that right there.
Exciting match at the DFA Technical Center. So it's Goodwill 2, Harlem 2.
So Goodwill 2, Harlem 2, of course. Roxanne Coppell scoring that game, scoring that equalizer right there in the 40th minute of the second half. So far, an additional 6 minutes of play in the second half of extra time. An extra 6 minutes so far have been played. And let's see what's happening with this play right here. Oh. This needs to be a deep attempt by Ian Oscar. Reagan Ray, of course, attempting to redeem himself after that penalty, that touch of the hand that cost them that penalty, allowing Goodwill to equalize against them right there. So all in all, even if Goodwill draws, well, Goodwill has drawn, and that's the end of play. 2-2. Lamari Frederick scoring in the 20th and 39th minute, and Micah Etienne and Roxanne Coppell. So that's it. Summary from your end.
Yes, not so good ending for Goodwill runners, who had an opportunity to keep their title challenge alive, but failing to do so with getting a point, and that point is not enough. They fall short to Point Michel, who are on 21 points and do have a game in hand, which is going to be played in the next couple of minutes. So it is Goodwill runners ending their under 15 tournament by 20 points, and Harlem ending on 17 points. Harlem did have the opportunity, they themselves, to finish at least in the top 3, but they will be sitting in that 4th position, just above. Well, they will be sitting in 5th, rather, seeing that they are on 17 points, and this is where they will end their campaign for the season. So it is Point Michel, we can confirm, who are the champions of the boys under 15 league. Goodwill runners with an opportunity to get all 3 points, and failing to do so, the game has ended 2-2. Very good encounter, and it is a very, very good climax of the league. One more game to go. Point Michel will be taking on Southeast under 15 for the last game, and it is Point Michel who are the champions.
Most definitely, and of course, Point Michel basically just has it easy tonight, and of course, at least congratulations and great play by both teams tonight right here. I'm saying goodbye. I won't be in for the second game. I want to thank you, and of course, I want to thank the viewers and listeners who were with us tonight, of course, on the DFA page, and of course, to all the viewers and listeners on FIFA Plus. My name is Joseph Fadul, along with
Alicia's Prince.
Thank you. Please stay tuned. The next game comes up not too long from now, right here on this channel. Stay tuned.